And we're live, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Today's Weather Tonight. Here, as always, I am your meteorologist for the evening, Cloud Hudson. And I will be bringing you all of tonight's top weather stories. Going to be a short show. I had a long day, so I'm not going to rush through this because there are lots of things we need to talk about, but I'm going to try not to dwell on any one story too long so that I don't stay up too late. I'm doing out there. Are we enjoying the bomb cyclone? Isn't it the bomb? It's great. I'm cold. Let me see if I have a sweater. Laundry right here. But nary a sweater to be seen. No. I have some like pants and stuff. Oh well. I will just have to press on. I don't know why this always makes it look like my makeup is smudged. I feel like I don't notice my makeup being smudged until I turn on this camera. Is that better? Slightly better. Okay. How are we feeling for the moon tonight? Yeah, I like this. It's just the cloud vaping show. Look how mystical my orb looks. That'll be the thumbnail. Okay. I like that color. It's a good color. Okay. Let's get into tonight's weather by looking at some stories. Bomb cyclone creates strange noises in the sky, while over 700,000 in Washington are without power. Many of those are in the county where Seattle is. Bomb cyclone generates strange noises in the sky. It's called thunder. Potentially record-breaking, did not disappoint as it caused havoc in the North Pacific. Parts of California saw heavy rain and wind, while those in Washington, D.C. and BC saw trees downed, along with widespread power outages across the state and province. Let's take a closer look at the overall damage. Unfortunately, one death has been reported in Washington from the bomb cyclone. Snow, rain, and strong winds are expected to derail travel plans. Okay, nobody cares about travel plans. Let's just survive the storm. Firefighters responded after a large tree fell on a homeless encampment and a woman in her 50s died. That is really, really tragic. Nobody should be sleeping outside unless they choose to, and it's really unfortunate that they have lost a life there. Cost of living is too damn high, and you really can't live, apparently. As of 4 a.m., the strong winds were still causing problems. We are getting multiple reports of trees down around the Puget Sound area. If you can avoid it, stay off the roads for the next few hours. Winds will not be easing until around 4 a.m. Wednesday. The National Weather Service took a hit of their own during the event that affected the NOAA weather radio transmissions. Users were posting various clips of the bomb cyclone, noticing strange noises in the sky. Let's see. Let's listen. I don't hear it. I don't hear shit. Other footage shows devastation with a tree fell across a passenger bus. Washington damage. Whew, buddy, that looks bad. It really is like a hurricane. Hurricane-like damage, hurricane-like conditions. Incredible view of the bomb cyclone strengthening. Wow, look at that thing just spiral. Incredible. The fire department in Bellevue urged locals to stay on the lowest floor. Locals will also advise to stay away from windows and going outside. Highways closed as thousands are without power. That would be ice. No, that's Vancouver Island in Canada. See, crazy weather. This bomb cyclone certainly is our top story tonight. Fun story. Strange alien metal from beyond planet Earth found in ancient treasure stash. So there were 2 items found in a treasure stash in the Iberian Peninsula, Spain area, that had iron that is not from this world in it. They think the iron came from a comet, which is a boring answer. But there was this half, like, hemisphere thing, semicircle with gold on the outside, and also this torque-like bracelet, which is just, I didn't know the name for this type of bracelet. I'm wearing a torque-like bracelet as well. Tried to look up the origins of this one, and I think this is of Tibetan origin because of the dragons with coral. Their eyes had fallen out, but they had coral eyes and little coral tip noses. There's like 6 metals in here. But yeah, apparently this is called a torque. And a torque-like bracelet was found made out of this alien metal. Very cool. And they found that out by the ratio of nickel in the iron there. Let's see. First snow of the season for parts of the Midwest as north and northeast as November reality check arrives. Earth's magnetic pole is moving towards Russia. We've been talking about that for a while. I don't want to see a plane attempting to land during a bomb cyclone. No. World's largest iceberg stuck spinning in ocean near Antarctica. Interesting. Pentagon cracks case of famous UFO captured by Navy jet. Atmospheric river and hurricane strength storm drenches the west. That is entirely accurate. Let's take a quick look at if we've got any volcano news today. Looks like we are still looking. Ooh, Svartsengi volcano. What are we doing here? Manam volcano, Nevada del Ruiz. Effusive lava eruption observed. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Is Svartsengi erupting again? Oh my God. We got to check the Icelandic Met Office. I was just thinking, I wonder if Svartsengi's eruption has started on the Sudsnukskriger crater row. Okay, wow, okay. Look at this. Tonight, within hours of tonight, 4 hours ago, a earthquake swarm started. Eruption has started in the Sudsnuks crater row. Eruption started between Storskogafell and Selingerfell at 2314. Early signs of outbursts were seen on gauges at 2230. The length of eruptive fissure is estimated to be about 3 kilometers, and its southern end is at Selingerfell. The eruption seems to have reached its peak. Oh, already peaked. Gas pollution travels south over Grindavik. Wow. Okay. Oh my God. This is a view of the eruption the minute it started. So right in there at the buzzer, on the 20th of November. We'll have to look at what the astrology says of that. Activity in the eruption seems to have peaked at 1:45. The eruptive fissure has stopped growing, and according to the IMO, signs can be seen at the Met Office meters that do not seem to indicate that the activity will increase. Okay, so we have a 3-kilometer long eruption, and it is going. Look at all those lava tongues splaying out. It's the middle of the night for them because, as we remember, this is near the international date line, so midnight for them. What attracts attention is that the seismic activity had not started to increase in the weeks before the eruption, as had happened in the past events. Yeah, I did not expect this to be on there. I was just wondering if Svartsengi would randomly be erupting, and it was. That's wild. The amount of magma that had however, pattern observed so far in previous distribution forecast is going here and here. This is the area where we've got the eruptive fissure. It's right in the heart of our previous magma flows. 2.5 kilometers at 21 past midnight. Oh my God. The small eruption storm started around 2230, and around 2237 pressure changes were measured in the boreholes, which were a clear sign that magma outburst had begun. My God, that's so exciting. Wow, how terribly exciting. Let's see. What kind of... Let's look at... Do I have marked? Yes. Let's see if we see any really recent. I mean, things don't look like they were trending any direction since to indicate that we would be ready for another eruption. I would love to see the recharge data on this. Oh my God. Breaking news, everyone. There is another eruption in Iceland on the Reykjanes Peninsula. God, that's so cool. Oh my God. Okay. Let's go back to volcanoes. Canalone and Manam down there in Oceania, as well as Ibu, Ducono, are all erupting. Nevado del Ruiz has explosive activity continuing. Let's see, Sakurajima, Ventador, Manam, Really exciting, really exciting. Svartsengi volcano back on our radar. Okay, so that's thrilling. Let's look at our earthquakes. Okay. Now, looking at, let's start over here. Yeah. Earlier today, just north of Iceland, we had a 5.7 at 14 kilometers depth at 9:43 a.m. That's directly above Iceland. There's no coincidence. There's a coincidence. It incited coincident. The incidents happened co-occurringly. 2.3 here at 2 kilometers depth up here in the northeast, probably in Connecticut again. 4.8, this was at 10 kilometers depth and in Burica, Panama. Then we had a smattering of mid-range 2s and 3s here in Puerto Rico. In the Guerrero coast of Mexico, we had a 4.3 at 10 kilometers depth. We've got 3.4. Where is this 3.4 in the United States? White's City, New Mexico. Oh, we know that. That place is not actually south of White's City, New Mexico. It is a place in Culbertson County, Texas, that they never want to report earthquakes coming from because it might look too close to an oil field. And we had a 4.2 here in northern Chile at 95 kilometers depth. Most recent earthquake showing up is this 2.1 at 29 kilometers depth in Hawaii, along with a few other 2s. And we had some 3s show up, like a 3.7, a 3.4 up here in Alaska. There's a 4.1 here at 62 kilometers depth near Mount Kamchatka. We've got a 5.1 here. This is Vostok, Russia. A 4.9 at 281 kilometers depth out here on the Mariana Islands. Not too much from the Philippines and Indonesia today, just this 4.1 at 148 kilometers depth. A 5.3 here in the Solomon Islands. 5.1 here in Tonga. And a 5.5 halfway between Tonga and Fiji. That was at 227 kilometers depth. Everything else pretty damn quiet. Let's go now to talk about our weather. As you can see, I was already looking at the weather. Oh, let me close some of these tabs so that I don't lag too much. Am I streaming to YouTube? Hold on. Oh, I am. Okay. Guess nobody's here from YouTube. Okay, let's take a look. So this is King County, Washington. It's got 30.9% of customers out. That's like 330,000 in that county alone. We got another 35,000, another 2,000, and another 2,000. There's so many thousands of people without power up here right now. And that is due to both the high winds and the rainfall. The rainfall is more dramatic along the coastal regions and also down here in the Northern California coast. That's where we're getting some of the interaction between the secluded front and the stationary front are creating these like skipping a stone across a pond. The air parcel skips across the surface of where it can become a cloud and not a cloud again, and bobs up and down and creates these lines of clouds that kind of pulse inwards. You can see the fire hose of moisture spraying all over here and then kind of wrapping back around, giving just like a nice constant stream of precipitation. We are lying. This has a flash flood unlikely mesoscale discussion on it. I read that mesoscale discussion. It's flash flood unlikely because the thresholds for a flash flood event, like the technical stats it has to meet, are just beyond what we're seeing. But this is, in any case, a very well sustained and deep soaking rain, like a heavy rain that's happening for a long time, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon, is what, at least in terms of how fast a cyclone usually moves through a place. So this is our bomb site. It's just, wow, healthy. This, however, is a zipper that is zipping itself up. We had a lot of high winds sweep through the mid-Atlantic today. That would be from this cold front part of this mid-latitude cyclone. This is the comma head up here, spinning around the low pressure centers. The occluded front is kind of hiding the center of circulation. Out front, we've got the warm front, and that's what gets taken over by the cold front to create an occluded front. We've got high wind warnings down near Wilmington, North Carolina, special marine warnings, and we've even got special weather statement out between Elizabeth City, Kitty Hawk, and Virginia Beach. We're looking at a number of customers without power out here. So that is pretty significant. We've got a decent amount of precipitation headed through the northwest, or the northeast, excuse me. Let's look at our satellite. Oh, I don't want that sector. CONUS. Give me CONUS. That's not real. That's not geocolor. Let's go back and check out what we got on our websites. Go to Pivotal Weather because they've had some good stuff up there today. Look at observed. So this is temperatures. Let's look at wind gusts. We have had a blustery day today in many areas. Not just where the bomb cyclone is going off, though that is significant. That's like upwards of 60 miles per hour wind speeds. 75 mile per hour wind speeds are hurricane force winds, just so you know. And we've seen that in some of these Appalachian mountain regions here. The range in Virginia, for example, is looking, let's zoom in. Yeah, like we're getting up into the 60 mile per hour regions here near the Chesapeake Bay and also along this ridge of the Blue Ridge Mountains down here and in Virginia. really whipping across. So that would be our observed gusts, not even our predicted gusts. Let's go back to, let's see, what's our observed precipitation look like? In 24 hours, this is how much precipitation we've gotten up here. We're looking at over 4 inches in parts of Washington, and a decent amount of area that's over an inch of precipitation in 24 hours. 4 inches in 24 hours is nuts, y'all. That 5 inches in 24 hours was the way that Hurricane Helene started, and it was terrible. We've gotten a lot of precipitation in the deep south as well. Pretty rainy, dreary, sloggy, groggy day. Let's take a look at our National Weather Service hazards right now. Obviously, we've got a flood warning and a flood watch going on out here, as well as high wind warnings and watches, and wind advisories are in effect in the Nebraska, South Dakota, Iowa, Wisconsin, or Minnesota region. And we've got winter weather advisories all along the Appalachians from Kentucky and North Carolina and Tennessee to Virginia, West Virginia, into Pennsylvania. We're looking at winter weather advisories and winter storm warnings as we get up into upstate New York and Pennsylvania. There's also a freeze watch for eastern North Carolina for a freeze is coming for the first time tonight. And there's a freeze warning here in Oklahoma. So yeah, we've got some nasty weather happening and coming our way, continuing to. Let's take a look at our satellite. Actually, pumping up loud. This is the bowling ball of cold air that caused all the high winds in the mid-Atlantic today. As it swept through, it became kind of negatively tilted, and just really whipped those winds up into a frenzy here. That cold air advection is no joke. Now, that fire hose over in the Pacific Northwest isn't turning off anytime soon. Things look really crazy here. Look at all this poleward transport diverging. I don't like it. That doesn't look right. Let's go to East Conus, derived winds. So I love watching me some derived winds. That is because you see red barbs as high winds, cyan barbs as mid winds, and yellow barbs as low level winds or surface winds. Here is that beautiful, gigantic storm that looks like a damn hurricane out there, and is going to feel like a damn hurricane out there. This is part of the atmospheric river that is feeding moisture to it. This is the spinner, and this is what's getting flung by the spinner. The moisture is getting flung here into this very cold area where it can then mix in with the back cooled area of this mid-latitude cyclone. And that is eventually mixing over the Atlantic Ocean to head eastward. But right here where we got all that divergence today, we had a lot of crazy winds, crazy high wind speeds here. Would not be surprised with a lot of power outages and downed trees and just wild stuff. The weather's changing every day, guys. Let's go now to look at our Schumann resonances. I wonder if there were synchronicities today. Nothing much to speak of. There are some big vertical spikes. Let's look at our solar weather. Wow. Okay, 41 to 50. That's 10 coronal mass ejections today. None of them counted as a partial halo, but some of them could have been. This 8-second long one doesn't look very Earth direct. Wow. Let's see. Solar activity dashboard. Ooh, buddy. Sun's showing us her big old hole. His big old hole. Big old coronal hole right there. Looks like kind of a grumpy dragon. Do you see like a face? Like this is the nose and this is kind of like the mouth, or like a grumpy Bugs Bunny where these are the eyes. This is like the neck and shoulders. Yeah, I see a angry Bugs Bunny right here. It's my scientific observation. We had an M-class flare today. Barely had an M-class flare today. Everything else is hovered around C. Let's see. Auroral activity. Looks like nothing's looking too favorable right now. And finally, we're going to check out our astrology, because I said it would start again. We are at Sun square Moon. I feel like Svartsengi keeps erupting when we're at a Sun square Moon. That moon just made its conjunction with Leo Mars. Mars in Leo, Mars and Moon in Leo. That is trying to Sun at the anaretic degree of Scorpio, which is sextile to the new Pluto in Aquarius, which is sextile to Saturn and Neptune in Pisces, which is sextile to Uranus in Taurus. So we've got those 3 outer planets in a big sextile to each other, plus the sun, plus Mars and Moon really close to being at the end of Cancer. Going on where Sun is opposite and in her own sign that is not opposed by anything. Well, I guess Saturn and Neptune aren't opposed by anything, but Saturn, Neptune, and Venus are the only ones not opposed by something right now. Looking great. That is Mercury day and a Saturn hour. We were just in a moon hour. Let's see. I think I'm going to let this be kind of the end of the update. I don't have a whole lot of energy tonight. Oh, shit. Sorry, I did the wrong thing. I don't have a whole lot of energy tonight, so I do want to get on to bed. But I love you guys so much. I thank you for watching today's weather tonight. Please be safe. Take care of yourselves, and have a good evening. Night.